So what's up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of Stay Till the Credits. My name is Sebastian.
My name is JP Quintana.
All right, so today we're going to be talking about Superbad. One of the funniest movies probably like ever.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree.
one of the best comedies also. Like it's not just like a funny movie, like it's a pretty good movie, I
Yeah.
think.
Apart from being a funny movie, it's got probably some of the most underrated actors of all time, I would say. With Seth Rogen, Bill Hader, Michael Cera, Jonah Hill.
Good
I
old Michael
mean,
Cera.
I wouldn't consider it an ensemble cast, but it's definitely one that
It's
brings the
pretty good.
movie. It
Yeah,
brings the movie its charm, you know?
I think this movie is what got a lot of people on the map. Like this was Emma Stone's first movie. She plays Jules.
Yeah, I actually have that written down in my notes.
This
And
was like one of
also,
the
I was
what's
gonna
up?
say, it's also Dave Franco's not first. I don't know if it's his first movie, but it's one of his
Oh
first.
yeah, I always forget he's in this movie until I see that one scene.
Yeah.
I love that scene. Anyways, if you guys haven't seen Superbad, what are you doing? Go watch it. It's so good. But just to explain a little bit of the plot. So Seth and Evan are two characters. Seth is played by Jonah Hill. Evan is played by Michael Cera, and they're best friends. They're kind of like, well, they're not really like losers. They're just like
Nah,
students
man,
that don't really
they're
talk to each other.
they're losers.
I mean, I guess, but they're just
I mean, they're
they're
losers,
just,
but I would say that they're like relatable losers. You know?
yeah. That's one of the things I love about this movie is just how relatable it is. Um, like I watch other comedy movies, right? Like some stupid ass movie like Will Ferrell movie where he's like a basketball player or like
Or like
he's like a
Anchorman or something.
yeah, and I'm like that's not relatable. Like it's quotable, but it's not like relatable like throughout or like funny throughout. Or like this movie, like it gets it, like
It's
I
spot
didn't I
on.
I didn't have the same high school experience, obviously,
Yeah,
but
me neither. Sebastian and I went to the same high school, and there was really no parties, or at least we weren't invited.
yeah, we weren't invited. Maybe we didn't try enough, but
But I think it's relatable because if you didn't know, a little fun fact here: Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, his best friend, wrote the script when they were 14.
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and
And
if you didn't catch that, Seth and Evan are the names of the characters, just
yeah,
like the real life people.
yeah, I knew that because I remember seeing who wrote it, and I was like, hey, that's the name of the characters.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, basically, Seth and Evan luck out, and they happen to get invited to a party, um, on the count that one of their other friend, Fogel, played by Christopher Mintz-Plasse, I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't know how to pronounce his name.
he's been getting he's getting a fake ID. So Jonah Hill, Seth, talks to Emma Stone, and he's like, "Hey, I can get you guys alcohol," and that sets up the whole movie. Just Seth and Evan trying to get alcohol with Fogel, and some stuff happens here and there, right? It's not as easy as you'd expect, or because this is a comedy movie, it doesn't go right the first time,
Of course
right?
not.
And they're teenagers, right? So why would it be easy, you know? But yeah, so the movie is basically like two parts. It's like Seth and Evan trying to get booze and trying to get laid, right? And then it's McLovin when he tries to get booze, he gets attacked. He gets attacked and he gets robbed, and then the two idiot cops, played by Seth Rogen and Bill Hader, help him out, and like they take him around town, and they give him like a joyride. Um, and yeah, look, if you haven't seen this movie, watch it.
You
Like
won't regret it.
even if I spoil the movie, I'm not spoiling like any of the jokes.
I mean, this movie came out in 2007. Like, you had
Yeah,
to have watched it, and if you haven't, please, you're not gonna regret it.
like I don't know when I saw this movie. I don't remember when. I don't think I saw it 2007,
Nah, I
but
mean we were what, 7 or 8 when it came out.
I've been watching messed up shit since I was like 6.
I mean, if we were watching at that age, you probably don't understand most of the jokes.
Dude, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I
Um,
probably remember watching it when I was in high school.
yeah, I think since high school and since it's been on Netflix, um, I've been watching it like whenever I don't have anything to watch, I put Superbad, and I always have myself catching a good time. Like I can rewatch this movie like
Yeah,
a lot of the times. I know
it's
that
very rewatchable.
I know that I said Hot Fuzz might be my favorite like movie of all time, like in general. But I think this movie's like my favorite comedy or like teen comedy movie
It does a really good job. I mean,
because I because
this,
I think it's just like solid, like
yeah.
overall.
I mean, I wanted to say like comedy's kind of subjective,
Hmm.
and there is like just normal kid comedy, or
Yeah.
there's adult comedy, there's dark humor, there's a bunch of different types of comedy. And this
Yes.
in this movie, I mean, for someone who doesn't get into this type of movie a lot, I mean, the humor is kind of grotesque, I would like to say, but it does not take
It's
away like
it's
how funny it is.
I don't think it's that bad.
No,
Like
it's not that bad, but
compared to other movies, like I said, like if
yeah,
you compare this to like a Will Ferrell movie, an Adam Sandler movie, like this is I think objectively better. Like you said, comedy's subjective, but I think objectively comedy can be
yeah,
done better.
yeah,
And I think this is one
because
of the better cases.
not everyone can make a comedy movie as good as this one.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
let me just say, it is 88% on Rotten Tomatoes, so it has a good
yeah.
rating for a reason.
Um what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, like comedies around this time. I mean, like I said, you get a bunch of Adam Sandler's, you get a bunch of like Judd Apatow movies, you get a bunch of Will Ferrell, John C. Reilly movies, and those movies like they're fun, they're quotable, but I think once you watch them like one time and you know all the jokes, when you watch it the second time, they're like, oh whatever, like
Mhm.
they said that you laugh at like the times when they say the thing that you're quoting, but with this, I think it's funny throughout the whole movie, like I think the pacing is what's really good, and also the soundtrack. I really like the soundtrack, just full of like 70s funk music.
Yeah, that's how that movie starts. I wrote down when I was watching the movie, like just with the little intro when Seth Rogen, I mean not Seth Rogen, Michael Cera and Jonah Hill, they're just like dancing with the
Yeah,
background music, and it's very groovy, and I really liked it. And like just
yeah,
with that intro, this movie's gonna be fun.
and and that music is used. Well, not the same track, but like that type of music by that band and other bands are used throughout the whole movie, and I think it's really good. Um, so yeah, I mean, I guess go watch the movie, dude. Like
There you go. That's the
what?
podcast done right there.
Yeah, podcast over. I mean, I guess we can talk about certain scenes, like
No, yeah. I mean, when I was watching the movie, I did the same thing that I was doing with Spider-Man 3, that I was live writing it. With Werewolves Within, it was kind of harder because I hadn't seen the movie
mhm,
and I wanted to watch more of the movie. But since I've seen the movie, I'm comfortable live writing it. So,
yeah,
like I said, I wrote a lot of notes here and there. And I mean, just with the incoming, I mean, the first scenes, um Jonah Hill is on the phone with Evan, his friend.
yeah,
And he's talking about, hey man, like I don't know, like I don't know what I'm gonna say Pokemon service they want to buy.
corn.
Pokemon or corn, whichever way. But paying $13 a month. Like, first of all,
Mhm.
who pays
Why would
that
you
much?
pay? Yeah. Why would you
They're
pay at all?
free. Exactly. They're free completely.
Maybe it was a different thing in 2007, you know?
Maybe, but you can find stuff for way cheaper
Because
than that.
I mean, I wasn't watching corn in when I was 7, you know? So I don't know the whole rules or like how it was back then.
Well, That's your
Um,
problem.
okay, so question to you. Would you subscribe to the Vagtastic Voyage
uh, which one was it that they don't show much of the
of the
pickle?
of the duck? Yeah, the pickle. Yeah, they don't show much of the pickle going in, which is a huge concern.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to be too grotesque with the podcast. Like, if you want to hear all the jokes, I'll let you. But
Yeah.
I want to. I don't want to say those things here.
Like if you're used to Seth Rogen movies, you're used to this kind of dialogue. But I don't think it's just the dialogue. I think the way it's delivered by like Jonah Hill and Michael Cera that makes it really good. Like
I
there's
mean, I was gonna
there's one
say.
line.
Sorry. I was just gonna say, like, Seth Rogen was actually going to be in the movie. Like, he was gonna play himself, kind of. But like you say, the way it's delivered, like, I think Jonah Hill just perfectly captures.
And I think Michael Cera too, because Michael Cera is like very like he plays really well off Jonah Hill. Like he's more subdued, while Jonah Hill's like really loud. So it's fun when like Michael Cera gets mad, especially during like the McLovin scene or like he and there's one point where he tells Fogel to take off his vest because he looks like Aladdin. Um, and he like makes fun of Fogel McLovin for getting like one name. He's like McLovin, like just one name. Are you Seal or something like that?
See, like, just remembering, like, I literally saw this movie like yesterday, and I'm still laughing about it. Like, I don't know what it is, like, who came up with it. I mean, probably Seth Rogen or Evan, but like how they come up with such good jokes, I don't know how they did it, and they
And
still make me
and
laugh.
yeah, and so some lines were ad libbed. I know the when Seth tells Fogel that he looks like a future pedophile. That was completely off Jonah Hill. Like that was improvised by him. So that's pretty good.
Oh god, yeah, no. I mean, if you were to get a fake license, like, would you keep it the same state like he did? He got it from Hawaii.
Oh, I mean that's pretty smart. It's untraceable.
Yeah, and
Um,
I
I
mean,
would I would probably name myself Mohammed.
Muhammad.
It's the most common name on earth, bro.
I mean, it
You
is
gotta read a
true.
book. You gotta read a book.
I mean, we only have one friend named Muhammad.
Well, to be fair, oh wait, no. I was thinking of his brother. I was gonna say his name is Muhammad, but no, his brother is named like the two names.
What is? I forgot his name. I forgot his brother's name.
Well, I don't want to out him right now.
Yeah, but anyway,
I don't want to
Muhammad,
dox him, but
Muhammad, if you're watching this, we love you.
Muhammad,
We
I
miss
love
you.
Muhammad.
Yeah, but anyways, yes, Muhammad is a very common name. But I mean, would you just be named Muhammad? One name?
Uh, I'll go Muhammad Ali.
Ali.
Yeah,
Someone's gonna watch it. It's like, you sure you're Muhammad Ali?
it's like I love the ID picture that is used because he's just like with the glasses and stuff. That's so good.
Yeah, I wanted to say, because you're mentioning like how he looks, and something that I noticed is that, I mean, and I'm like kind of saying it like, oh, we can't get away from Spider-Man, but you know, the difference here, and like, these movies are only a couple years apart, but in the high school, I mean, you can see these kids, like, they're not high schoolers, but they look way more like high schoolers than.
They Christopher Mintz-Plasse was 17 when he filmed
Yeah,
this,
Emma
and
Stone was 19.
Michael Cera was 18.
Yeah, you
The
see.
the oldest one I think was Jonah Hill. He was 23, but even
Yeah,
then he still looks like a high schooler.
yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like,
Like
in
he looks like
Spider-Man.
he looks like one of my cousins. Honestly.
I mean, like, in Spider-Man, you can clearly see they're not high schoolers.
They
But
are 30.
yeah, and in this one, you can in this movie, in Superbad, you can see that high schoolers, some really do look like high schoolers, especially Fogel.
Well, yeah, he was of age.
Yeah.
So his actor Fogel's actor had a sex scene. Has a sex scene at the end of the movie, and because he was underage, he was 17. His mom had to be in the room while they were filming.
Imagine how awkward that was.
Dude, I would. Well, actually, I don't want to say anything.
I mean, I don't know what you were gonna say, but
I was gonna, I was gonna, I was gonna say um, I would perform better because I would not want to disappoint. You know, I wanted to be like, yeah, this guy's giving me grandkids. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
your mom would just be like, "That's my boy."
Yeah, but I'll tell her to like close her eyes or something.
I mean, that's
Like
just
just
awkward. So awkward.
no, yeah.
I mean, Fogo's already awkward as it is, like
Mm-hmm.
the character, and I just can't imagine his mom being there. I mean, I can't imagine my mom being there.
No,
Well,
I would die of like embarrassment.
yeah, I mean, Sebastian has known me a long time. You guys know, but he knows that if this was happened to me, I would turn red as a tomato in 2 seconds.
Mhm.
So that's one reason I can't be an actor.
Yeah, if I said like half of the things that are said in this movie, I would just die of like either secondhand embarrassment or like I would turn too red
Yeah.
to continue acting.
Talking
Um.
about the things that you like, they're say there in the movie, they're saying that today. Um, some might think that some jokes probably did not age too well,
Oh yeah, yeah.
with kind of some homophobic jokes here and there. And
Yeah.
Judd Apatow did say is it he's the director of the movie? Yes, he is. Or no, produced by it.
No,
Uh,
no, yeah.
yeah, but Judd Apatow has said publicly that he does regret some of the jokes, like homophobic jokes that were said in the movie. But just remember, like, none of these are meant to be offensive or anything. It's just for comedy, and it was different time back then, you know,
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like this was written by Seth Rogen
by a
and
14
Evan
year old.
when they were 14. So I mean, I remember when I was in middle school, we all used fat language,
Yeah,
and it was even worse because we're bilingual, so we would say slurs in Spanish and in English. Um, I mean, I'm happy to say I don't use that language now, but and I'm happy to say that I kind of like I kind of go like like this, like I kind of wince a little bit when I hear that language used in movies. But yeah, I mean, it was a different time.
yeah. I mean, it's important to grow, and it's important to grow as a person, you know. And like I said, you know, these movies are in a different time, and nowadays, like, people, you know, some people will complain like, oh, everyone's too sensitive and whatever. But no, like, you gotta understand, like, we gotta be respectful. In today's day, you can make comedy without, you know, being super
Yeah,
offensive. But
yeah.
anyways, let's get back to the
Which
movie. And
yeah,
I was talking about the high school, and I mean, you said that we've had a very different experience to high school.
yeah,
And
we didn't go to like a big public high school.
yeah, and one of the things that was very different is that they had a cooking class. And I know this
Dude,
might not be a big
I
point.
wish we had a cooking class.
Yeah, I know it's not a big point, but like, I wanted to say it because, like, we didn't have a cooking class. And yeah, like you said, cooking class would be awesome because
Yeah,
I can't cook anything right now.
I can cook some things,
The only thing I can make
like
myself is a little egg with, like,
yeah,
ham, like how we say here, un huevito.
yeah. That's what I do too. But every now and then I go over to my girlfriend's house and we cook some really nice food together.
Yeah,
So I learned with her, but I wish if I had a class in high school, I would have totally taken that.
yeah.
Like
Sebastian's a
Seth,
lucky man.
Seth and Evan are making like cakes and stuff. I'm like, man, I wish I could make a big old fat chocolate
Yeah,
cake or something.
yeah. I think
I mean, I
Stone
know,
said tiramisu.
yeah, tiramisu. I know I can get a box. Okay, I know I can get Betty Crocker or whatever her name is. I can read the instructions, but it's different. Okay, I want to make a cake from scratch.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to learn how to make a cake. I mean, to be honest, I don't know if this is a controversial thing, but I'm not much of a cake person.
Oh no, I agree. I'm
I
not much of a cake person either,
I'm not much of a sweets person either. Like
but
I'll eat.
I
Yeah.
would love to know how to make it.
Yeah, of course. Who wouldn't love to make one? And I find it funny because Jonah Hill's character Seth, he's complaining to the teacher like, "This is a useless class. Like, when am I gonna need to learn to make tiramisu or something like that?" And like, I find it funny, but like, I want to learn how to do that.
Yeah, I would learn how to do that too. I wish we had that class, dude. That'd be so sick.
Yeah, and in that same
I would
class,
take that instead of band.
oh yeah. I mean, I was a
I'm,
band kid.
I'm not gonna play tuba.
I was a band kid, but I mean, it's not like it was fun for me. Like,
I was in band for a day and then I quit, and then I changed to art. So
yeah,
that paid off. That paid.
paid off.
Did you know that Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, they named Fogel after a friend of theirs in high school?
Oh no, I did not know that one.
Yeah.
But
So
who's named
so
Fogel?
That's a last name.
Oh really? Oh, it's
Yeah,
because they don't say his full name, do they? I don't think so.
I don't think they say his full name. They just call him by his last name.
Fogel. Yeah. Well, in that same class of the cooking class, that's where we meet Emma Stone's character. What's her name? I forgot her name.
Jules.
Jules. There you go.
Yeah.
And uh, like we mentioned before, that this was one of Emma Stone's first movie, or like her first like
Her first movie, I
yeah.
think.
And it's pretty much the first time that we see her, and everyone falls in love with her. I mean, she's got a pretty big fan base right now. I mean, she's a great actress. She's a very pretty actress, and she's made very great work, like in ETA, Amazing Spider-Man, which I think she's way better in that than Mary Jane.
I agree, but I think that's just because I like Emma Stone more.
Yeah, Emma Stone
Like
is
overall.
Emma Stone is just a sweetheart, and it would be awesome to see
She
her
was
in
in
more
La La
stuff.
Land.
Oh yeah, La La Land. To be honest, I did not want to watch La La Land, but my girlfriend made me watch it, and I gotta say, it's not as bad as it is. I mean, it did win a lot of Oscars for a reason, so I recommend La La Land. And I'm not a musical guy, just saying.
Yeah, I hate musicals, but La La Land is pretty cool.
Yes, and after that, also in the same class, we see Fogel for the first time, and hey, what's up, my players? Oh, I love him.
I feel like we all knew a kid like Vogel.
Yeah, everyone did for
Just
sure.
Georgia kid trying too hard to be cool.
Yeah, and
Perhaps a little racist, maybe
a little bit, but it doesn't. It's he might be a loser, but it's probably, I think, the funniest character of the whole movie.
Yeah, I think he's great. So we're calling these characters losers, but I think by the end, like they all get like a little bit more confidence, and it's pretty cool. Like it's heartwarming. It's kind of like bittersweet, the ending, because Seth and Evan have to go to college, and they're going to different colleges. It's the first time since like I don't know, since they were like babies that they're splitting up.
Yeah, they were best
And
friends since elementary.
yeah, and so even though they both get like the girls that they wanted to go out with, they're losing each other, or they're just going their different ways for a bit. So it's bittersweet, which is something I like about this movie. It's not just like, oh, happy ending, everything gets resolved. It's like something else that's relatable. Like when some of your friends go away to like a different college, or like they move away. It sucks, but I mean you can't do anything about it.
Yeah, it sucks, but if you guys are if you have a friend that's gonna leave, I mean, you gotta let him go. Uh, Jonah Hill's character Seth, he suffers a little bit because Evan Michael Cera's character, he calls him selfish, and I mean, would you agree? It was kind of selfish for him to not let him go.
I mean, I think yes, but I think it's understandable because Seth doesn't want to lose his friend. Um, like Seth really doesn't have any other friends. We see that at the beginning when they're eating food in the cafeteria, and Evan goes talk to his like college advisor, and Seth is like, "Well, I'm just supposed to sit here eat dessert by myself, like I'm Steven Glansberg or whatever." And then they pan over to a guy just eating like pudding by himself, like all sad.
I relate to that guy.
I relate a lot because there's times where like either everyone was busy in clubs or just some friends didn't show up that day that I was just eating by myself, and I was like, man, this sucks. And it's not like I knew other people. I had other people to talk to. It's just that everyone kind of had like their own group.
Yeah.
And
It-
it was
it's
it was a
not
little
that
awkward.
bad.
It was a little awkward for me to like just go over there and be like, hey, like
I mean,
uh,
everyone loves you, Sebastian. You won't have to suffer. Everyone can talk to you.
thanks. Message me on Twitter, guys. We're gonna talk.
If you need a new friend, Sebastian's here to talk.
I'll listen to you guys. You feeling down? I'll cheer you up. I'll send you pictures of my dog.
Yeah, my dog too.
Yeah, JP's dog too. JP's dog is probably cute.
Yeah, I have a half German Shepherd and half Husky, but he's so spoiled.
What half is the husky? Top half or bottom half?
My God, this kid, I've been suffering this kid for so many years.
Since freshman year, baby.
Yes. No, I wanted. Let's move on. But now we're gonna talk about his problem. Seth's problem with obsession with drawing pickles.
Oh, okay, yeah. So when Seth was a little boy, he he just kept drawing wieners. Just so many wieners, right? Not just wieners, right? There was like they had hands. Some of them, one of them is like a banana that's getting peeled by a big gorilla. One's like in front of a tank, right? And so one thing I found out was that all these wieners were drawn by Evan Goldberg's brother, and he drew like 1,000 of them, but only like a couple made it into the movie.
Oh
and
my God.
Also, a fun fact: the girl who plays young Becca, who snitches on Jonah Hill, on little baby Jonah Hill, she's played by Laura Morano. She came out in Austin and Alley. To those of you that are like remember that Disney show. I mean, it's not that old, but
I actually didn't know that. I mean, I wasn't a avid watcher of Austin and Alley, but I remember
this came out like I don't know, like later into our lives. Like I didn't see this show, but just throwing it out.
It was like when we were in middle school, I think. So probably like, so this one came out in 2007. So probably 7 years after that. No, a little bit about that much. So she had time to grow into the show.
I was a Cartoon Network kid, but I just know that was her.
Yeah, I would switch between Disney, Nickelodeon, and Cartoon Network. They were all right. The channels were one right after the other.
Yes.
And I just gotta say, like this scene with the pickles, it makes me laugh every time.
Dude, it's so good.
It reminds me. It's even funnier for me because
you would do that all the time.
Exactly.
So JP would do this thing where he would like I would be working on my paper or my test or whatever, and we would usually sit like next to each other, or like he would come out of his way to like come to my paper and just draw like the tiniest like wiener on there, and like the wiener and balls, right? So it was like the little.
Oh God.
But it always made me laugh.
No, but it was even funnier because you would switch it up and make it into something else.
Oh yeah. Like I would try to make it into like a mouse or like an elephant or some stupid thing like that.
I mean, you guys know Sebastian makes our thumbnails, like our awesome thumbnails. So he's an awesome drawer, but he could make a drawing out of anything. So it was always hilarious to me how he could, and it's not always like the same thing. Every single time I drew a wiener on his paper, he would make it into something else. all different shapes and sizes.
And I would hate it because sometimes I would draw Spider-Man and you guys would draw it like right on his on his groin.
I mean, Spider-Man
So,
needs it, dude.
so there was no covering that up because I can't add a thing to Spider-Man.
I mean, the easiest thing you can draw is like Squidward.
Yeah. I think I drew Squidward a lot. I drew a mouse a lot too. Like I made it like a Mickey Mouse type deal.
Yeah, so in this situation, I mean, and from this movie, I think I would probably say I'm Seth. And
I
my
think I think I'm more like Evan.
yeah.
Maybe a little bit like McLovin, but not really.
I don't want to be like Seth, but it's just we're just so similar. I mean, if Sebastian was leaving, I would probably react the same way. I wouldn't want him to leave. Luckily, we were able to, stay in the same city, be in the same college, and I mean, I'm lucky to have him. He's my best friend. I love him.
Thanks, man. You're my best friend too.
Yes, and that's one thing that happens at the very end of the movie. Bro, love. You gotta appreciate. You gotta appreciate your friends that you have, and even if they're going far away.
After all their misadventures, they end the night with a sleepover, and Seth and Evan just talk about their feelings, and they say that they love each other, and it's pretty sweet.
Now let's go back to the middle of the film, or like the beginning kind of the film. But
sorry, we're jumping all over the place.
I know it's because this movie is just so funny. It brings so many memories.
There's the party that they go to. There's the guy there's the guy on the bus.
But remember all the stuff that happens before they even go to the party, dude. The
McLovin, the ID.
They're gonna go. They're trying to find a fake ID, or no, they're gonna try and find alcohol. Yeah. And Seth has to go to that the liquor store, or not even a liquor store. It's the place that Fogel works at. Yeah,
well, it is a liquor store, or like it has liquor.
It has liquor, but it's not a liquor store.
Oh, okay.
Yes, but
it just has a ton of liquor.
It's so elaborate for no reason, and it's so great because like it has 3 different scenarios. Like when Seth goes in, it's like the first one and go, yeah, I'm 22. Like, and then the guy's like, oh yeah, you are. Go ahead.
He's like that'll be $80, and then he takes out an $80 bill with I don't know what president. I think it's Taft. I don't know.
I don't know if that was even real. That dollar bill.
Well, it's not real.
No, but remember, well, I don't know if they ever taught you in history class when they had like a lot of different dollar bills. Like they even had like $1 million bill. Dude, you never saw it?
No, dude, I don't pay attention in history.
Well, yes, there used to be a lot of different bills than the ones we use today.
Worst subject ever.
81. Yeah, I don't know if an $80 one was real ever.
I don't know.
Well, it's like like the $2 bill, like that one was real, but it's not used anymore.
Yeah.
But yes, and then
I have so many $2 bills.
And then the old ladies.
The old lady.
Hey, would you like me to buy you some alcohol?
Yeah. So the scenarios involve Seth daydreaming that what's gonna happen when he tries to get alcohol. And so he's like, oh, would you like me to help you with your groceries, man? And she's like, why, yes, I do. Would you like me to buy you alcohol? And then Seth is like, yeah, that would be lovely. And then it ends with Seth being like, oh, enjoy your remaining years. And the lady's like, enjoy boinking jewels.
Like for a second, I thought that one was like real.
I thought that one can be real. Like that. Yeah. That's something that can happen.
Like it could have been real because maybe when she was helping her with her groceries, like he probably told her like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna go meet with this girl that I really like, Jules, and whatever. And she probably said that. Like I thought it could be real.
Yeah.
But then the third scenario.
The third one's great.
The best one with Paul Blart.
the Paul Blart clone. Seth goes to steal a bottle. I think he puts it like under his shirt or something.
Yeah,
he doesn't get to put it under his shirt.
The Paul Blart's like, don't do it, kid.
and then Jonah Hill's like, I never had a choice.
throws the bottle, the cup catches it, throws the bottle at the lady, it breaks, and he oh no, it hits the lady, and
It hits the old lady, the same lady, and she like just falls down. And Seth Rogen's Jonah Hill's like, you killed her, you freaking killed her.
and then oh my god, the other bottle when he breaks it and he hits it in the neck.
Paul Blart breaks the bottle and just slits Jonah Hill's throat. And when I saw that for the first time, I was like, that's crazy.
It is crazy. I mean, this movie, I didn't expect to see gore.
Yeah.
And then his whole throat is gone.
Yeah, it's like, it's great.
It's done amazing. Like I just love this movie.
There's just so many good scenes. Like look, we're doing like a bad job describing them, right? Because they're way funnier like when you see them.
Yeah. But for someone who has already seen it, they already know what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And after this obviously comes the scene where
they go to the liquor store.
Yeah, where McLovin goes to the liquor store, or it's like it's a liquor store. It looks like a
no. This one is a liquor store.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because he goes in there. He's like all dorky.
Where he worked, so this is now they're going somewhere else.
He's all dorky. He's like, has like he panics because Jonah Hill has a big list of stuff, and he's like, I can't do this.
Panic.
And the lady, the cashier, is like, okay, let me see your ID. But before he can show the ID, he gets punched.
Dude, he got his face rocked.
Yeah, he got socked.
The way he just flew from one side of the screen to the other, it was so unrealistic but so funny.
It's so good. And then the lady's like screaming, and she's like, I don't believe it. Like even like all the side characters are so good in this movie.
Yeah, everyone does a great job.
like the guy on the bus, the homeless guy, he calls McLovin McMuffin.
Everyone has a small but important role at the same time.
It's you, McMuffin.
Yes, well, my phone goes at the liquor store and that's going on. Seth and Evan see an old girl or woman from their high school, and then Seth is like, oh, like I know she got a boob job or something.
A breast reduction surgery.
Yeah,
to be more specific.
And I remember when I saw this, Seth was like, oh, let's go, like I have to see this.
I love the way they run. They're like
but I just wrote down like Seth is probably the definition of down bad.
Yes.
He is touching grass.
Yes. Like Seth is the one that's like he wants to get laid because he wants to have like skills when he goes to college. Evan isn't really like that. Evan's just like, I want to just, like date Becca. Like he doesn't really want to do like,
He's the respectful one.
Yeah, he's respectful, but he's still like, he's still a little bit down bad. Like at the beginning, they're looking at like a nudie magazine.
Yeah, but he's more. I mean, I guess I want to say like subtle about it.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, like he's a little down bad, but he's not like.
Yeah, and like I said before, I have some similarities with Seth, but I'm not like that. I have to say, I'm not like that. If anything, I'm down bad for my girlfriend. I love you if you're watching this.
I would never run after like a girl that I knew in high school who was like attractive.
I mean, I didn't know anyone from high school that would be like I would go like that for.
I can't think of any.
Then the police come.
Oh yeah, but one thing I want to talk about, like they talk so much about this girl, right? But they don't show like anything, which is something I kind of like about this movie. Like you see like an Adam Sandler movie, a Will Ferrell movie, you see like the hot girl. They do like so much emphasis to like see like their cleavage or whatever. It's probably like Kate Upton. In this one, they just show you the two guys running after the girl, and that's all you get. That's the funny part. Yeah. So then the cops come, and it's Bill Hader and Seth Rogen.
The best cops ever.
Officer Slater, and I forget the other guy's name.
Michaels.
Oh, Officer Slater and Officer Michaels. Yeah.
Like before anything, I have to say, I love Bill Hader.
Oh, Bill Hader's so good.
Bill Hader. I mean, I doubt he'd ever listen to this, but Bill Hader, I love you, man. Like, you are probably one of the funniest comedians like I have ever seen in movies or anything. And right now he's actually working on this show called Barry. If you haven't heard of it, I really, really recommend it. I'm not gonna give anything away if you want to look it up, but he's basically an assassin, but it's a comedy. So that's all I'm gonna say about it. But it's a really, really good show. It's really high rated. But yes, he's so funny. Like he's starting off in SNL and everything, and he just so much stuff that I can't even name off the top of my head. But yes.
He's BB-8 in Star
Oh yeah,
Wars.
BB-8 in Star Wars with a little iPad. And then also Seth Rogen, also so funny, and I have to say that he actually liked one of my tweets a couple years ago because he was working on the movie, or I don't know if it had already come out, but the movie The Disaster Artist, that has to do with the movie of The Room with Tommy Wiseau. But
Yeah.
I tweeted at him saying like, "Oh, I'm gonna watch The Room" or whatever, and he liked it. So just want to point that out there.
Yeah, and I to talk about that a little bit, I didn't get liked by Seth Rogen, but I got liked by Tommy Wiseau himself.
Yeah,
because I drew a really bad picture of him, and I was like, oh hey, look, I drew Tommy whatever, and he retweeted it, and I don't know if he liked it. He might have just retweeted it. But.
I think he did both, but I mean that's still a great achievement, dude. You got recognized.
He's gonna hire me for his movie.
Yes, and then not a cop in this movie, but Joe Trujillo. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Oh, the Boyle, right?
Yeah, he plays Boyle in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Also another funny comedian.
Dude, I love him so much.
Yeah.
My girlfriend loves him too. We love making fun of him.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I also recommend. Really great show.
He's also in Wet Hot American Summer.
Oh yes.
Pretty like I don't know. People say it's a really bad movie, but I think it's like a cult classic. Like
nah, I like that movie.
Just so weird, like so good. In that movie, he has a motorcycle, and he's chasing after a guy like on foot, and if you haven't seen that movie, it's like so funny, like the way the camera angles are, and he's just like, damn, like. But he's really good in this too.
Yes,
I love him.
I mean the way he's introduced. I mean he hits Jonah Hill's character with the car.
Jonah Hill with his car, and that gives him the opportunity to go get alcohol because this guy's going to a party. But he's kind of a loser. He's like an adult McLovin. Like
adult McLovin.
He gets to the party, his voice cracks, and he gets socked too.
Yeah, I mean, everyone, like I said, everyone does a great job. But yes, Joe's character, I think his name is Francis. It's so.
Oh. No, I think Francis is the other guy.
Oh, I don't remember, but it's because like he's not in the movie for too long. But yes,
yeah,
he's really funny. And Jonah Hill's character, he gets hit with a car twice in this movie. Like I'm sure it's not him getting hit, and it's for like a stunt double. But if it was a stunt double getting hit twice, that's a lot of work.
Oh no, yeah, his name is Francis. So.
Yeah. So it's very painful to get hit with a car twice in one movie.
Dude, his IMDb picture is so funny.
Well, who? Joe?
Yeah, Joe, because it's just from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, so it's just like him. Like,
how do you pronounce his last name? Joe Trujillo. I don't know if that's Italian or something.
I'm pretty sure it's Italian. I don't know how to pronounce that though.
Well, anyways, McLovin and Seth and Evan, they get separated, and McLovin goes with the police, the best police car ride of his life. McLovin in this movie, he's living he's in the moment, dude.
He gets to drink with the cops at a bar. There's a scene where the cops ignore a call, and it's so funny because the call's like, send back up, there's blood everywhere.
So much blood.
Yeah, and these cops just like ignore it, and they keep on drinking. One of them talks about like his ex-girlfriend, or his ex-wife, who's like I don't know how to say this appropriately. She works the corner, or or something, and like he caught them in bed with someone else. Um, they're making fun of each other's like guns, like whether or not they can aim or not, and then that leads to like them driving and like just shooting at like a bunch of cans.
Yeah, no, these. I mean, it would be awesome to hang out with cops like that.
Yeah, but there's no cops like that.
Not right now, at least.
You know, I'm gonna be a cop and I'm gonna do this.
I mean,
Look out, world.
while McLovin is out there
I'm
living
gonna bring
in the
down the
moment.
system from the inside.
Oh God. Anyway, but McLovin living
Only
in the
fun
moment,
cops.
and Seth and Evan is are suffering. They're in the party. They're trying to get some alcohol still for the
Yeah,
party that they want to go to.
what's his face? Seth is like filling up like laundry detergent uh
Oh yeah.
containers with alcohol from the party. Um, he dances with a girl. The girl gets like her time of the month juice on his leg.
Time of the month juice.
I don't know I don't know if that's like if I'm allowed to say that.
No, just that's the best way to describe it.
I swore earlier, but that was an accident.
It's cool, dude.
Meanwhile, Evan's in the room with these guys. They think he looks like Jimmy's brother.
I mean, he's on the spot.
He totally looks like his brother, dude.
He was at that party.
They tell him that he had like he's a singer, like Jimmy's brother's a singer.
He's the voice of an angel.
They want him to sing, and Michael Cera starts singing out "These Eyes."
I wrote down
by the Guess Who.
I wrote down like if you were put in that spot, what song would you sing?
I don't know, because I wouldn't want to mess up any lyrics.
Yeah, because these guys could beat you up, you know.
Because I have horrible memory. Like,
no, just any song that comes up to your head. Like you're on the spot, these guys could beat you up. They're mad. They want you to sing. What song do you sing?
I'm singing the same one Michael Cera singing. I love that song.
I probably sing the Bee Gees, More Than a Woman. Even though I can't go that high pitch. Even though I can't go that high pitch. The Bee Gees, I love them. Or also Bo Burnham, one of his songs. From Inside, by the way. If you haven't seen Inside, the Netflix special, watch it.
Yeah. And watch his other stuff too.
Yes.
Like Make Happy.
But obviously the host of the party is mad because he also has a stain. And he says, "Oh, were you dancing with my girl?"
And he calls out Seth, and then he's like, why are you stealing my laundry detergent? And Seth is like, "Oh, because I got freaking period blood on my."
Yeah, but what are you doing with the laundry detergent? It's so elaborate, but so funny. So many things that like they don't need to happen, but they do, and it's the best.
Mm-hmm. And like that's just like the first half of the movie.
Yeah, and then of course the movie is it's I don't know if it reaches its climax, but they finally after that party it goes down, and they're trying to leave the party, and they finally meet up with Fogel for the first time since they were split up. The cops find Seth and Evan, and they're drunk, and
they like almost kill them. Basically,
they almost kill them. Bill Hader's character is like, "Hold hands, spread on the ground, spread them."
Oh yeah, he forces them to hold their hands. Michael Cera just runs away though, and Seth Rogen tries to like catch him.
And then
but Seth Rogen's like, "That's the fastest kid alive."
The best kid alive. Yeah, that part made me laugh. The trio is finally back together, but I didn't mention that they got back together because Bill Hader, he was driving the cop car, hit Seth Rogen's character again.
Yeah, he hit Seth Rogen's character again.
And he fully breaks the window.
And he blames like Seth. I mean, he blames Jonah Hill. My bad. He blames Seth.
Yes.
and they force him down, and then that's when Michael Cera's quit. And eventually, they all make it to the party.
They all make it to the party. They have to go to the bus, and that's when they see the guy who calls him McMuffin.
McMuffin, and
And
then
sadly, the bottle of vodka that was for Becca breaks.
the Gold Slick vodka, the one with the fancy golden flakes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand. I mean, I'm not an alcoholic guy. I don't really drink, but who drinks that? And I
Your
mean, do
mom.
you drink?
I don't know. I don't know. I see a lot of food made with gold.
But can you
But
even drink that? Those little things?
yeah, it just goes down like little flakes. Like it's not gonna get stuck in your throat. It's just like
I don't know. I mean, that sketches me out. I don't know.
it. I always find it really sketchy when people eat gold because
Yeah,
you're
I
just
remember.
you're just wasting money.
I remember when I was watching a Mr. Beast video, they went to the most expensive restaurant in New York, and they have all the food filled with gold, like a golden steak or like wings with gold, and like
Mhm.
they say they taste good, but I don't know, man. It doesn't catch my attention. It doesn't catch my attention.
I don't know. Sometimes I see it. I'm like, it looks like paint. It looks like someone got like one of those golden sharpies and just like covered their food in it.
I mean, I still don't want to try it. Even though I don't have the money for it. I'm never gonna try it, but one day maybe. And then they finally get to the party, and everyone starts drinking, and Jonah Hill's character Seth is going to try to kiss Jules, but Jules
Uh,
does not even drunk.
yeah.
And then
He's
Becca's
like,
character,
you're drunk, Jules. You're drunk.
I'm not. Oh yeah, and then he's drunk and he falls down and hits Emma Stone's character in the eye.
Yeah.
Almost knocked her out the same way that Fogel was knocked out, dude.
And meanwhile, Evan's with Becca. Becca's
Yeah.
super drunk. Evan's pretty drunk too.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, he got drunk because Becca's friend was like, "Oh, well." Evan was like, "Oh, isn't it wrong because she's drunk, like to get with her?"
oh
He's
yeah,
like,
and then
"Oh,
she's
not
like,
not if you're drunk
none
too."
of, yeah. Which don't do that.
But don't do that, kids. Always get consent.
Yes. Call us pussies if you want. Shut up.
Yeah, you'll always get consent, and your girl needs to be sober. And if she says no, it means no.
Respect
Remember that.
women,
Respect women.
or I'll disrespect you.
And then
I'm an artist. I'm an artist. I can draw me banging your mom. Okay.
Oh
Respect women.
God. Oh God. And then McLovin, who got the closest of the three to get with a woman, to get laid.
His mom was in the room.
His mom was in the room. And of course, he like I said, he got the closest. I think he got it in. And then Officer Slater and Michaels burst in the room.
Oh yeah. He's like it's in.
And then oh my God, McLovin, are you violating that woman?
Because they think he's like 23, and he's sexually assaulting a minor.
He's like, McLovin, were you getting laid? Yeah, no, I mean, yes. Oh, it's perfect. And then, of course, Michaels is sad because he's like, no, Slater, we should not be cock blocking. We should be guiding.
Yeah.
Oh, that line always makes me laugh too.
and they're not that bad of cops because McLovin reveals that he's like 17, and they're like, we know McLovin.
We're not idiots.
Yeah, which they're pretty idiotic. Yeah. But anyways,
they just saw, they were compassionate for him, because they saw themselves in him.
Yeah,
well, that's what they said.
They were once McLovin.
Yeah.
They were once a little Fogel.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think at one point, maybe everyone was a Fogel. Yeah. And then if not, maybe they knew someone at Fogel.
Yeah. There's a little Fogel inside all of us, guys.
Yes. And of course, because they cock blocked them, they do them the favor of pretending he's being arrested.
Oh, yeah. And so that he can look tough in front of all the party guests.
And then the girl who who he's gonna get laid with. He was gonna take me to Hawaii.
And I think that one guy from the ninth season of The Office, um, Little Dwight. You remember?
Oh yes, I remember that.
He's
I
in the
saw
movie,
that.
and he's like, "Dude, Fogel's a badass."
Yeah,
He says something like that.
yeah. He says that, and I remember I saw that, and I was like, oh my god, dude! So many actors like they started off with this movie.
But yeah, and then after this scene, Seth and Evan meet up, and that's where they have the little sleepover. And then the next day, they go buy a mattress and makeup because they're getting ready to go to college, and uh, Seth has to buy makeup, or no, Seth has to buy jeans, I think. But he meets up. They meet Jules and Becca, and that's where they get separated,
Yes, of
and
course.
and that's where the movie ends.
Yeah, and finally, the conclusion of the movie with Seth and Evan not forever separating because they're probably going to see each other later, but we understand that that's the end for them, for now at least. Not forever, but for now.
So, yeah, watch the movie if you haven't. Now we're going to talk about a little bit fun facts. One fun fact I just found out is that this is Eminem's favorite movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Eminem.
he's rapped about this in like two songs, I think.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I remember I saw a fact that he sampled in a song. I don't know what song.
Uh,
I didn't know it was his favorite movie, but I did remember I saw something that he sampled something like a quote or something in one of his songs. I don't know what song it is. If someone could tell us, we'd really appreciate because I don't want to Google it right now.
yeah, well, apparently this is his favorite movie. Um, Obviously, the teens at the party didn't drink alcohol, so water was used for vodka, and apple
Mhm.
juice was used for like hard liquor. Um, and they used non-alcoholic beer for the party scenes.
Exactly. But now that we're ended the movie,
Oh
what?
wait.
What?
One more fun fact. One more fun fact. So apparently Bill Hader got offered so many jobs as a police officer because they thought his performance was like that good as a cop, or they thought it was. I think they thought it was real.
I'm glad he didn't take them. He would not make a good cop.
Also, the F word is used 176 times, with Jonah Hill saying 84 of them.
I probably use
So
the F word more than that.
I use it all the time. Um, so on average, it's used the F word is used 1.6 times per minute. 1.6 times per minute.
That checks out. I would probably agree with that.
Mhm.
I don't pay attention to the numbers, but yes, I would
Yeah.
agree with that.
Okay, so sorry, what were you saying?
No, well, I was just gonna say, like, since this is the end of the movie, like, what would you rate it? I know Rotten Tomatoes rates it an 88%, but from 1 out of 10, what would we say? 1 out of 10 pickles.
Uh, like I said, man, I think this might be either my favorite like teen comedy. Um, Certainly like my favorite comedy from like the 2000s. So I would give it like a 9, or like lowest like an 8.5, I think.
Yeah, 9 pickles out of 10.
But yeah, 9. Uh, I couldn't 9 McMuffins out of 10.
McMuffins. Yeah, no, I think I would agree with this. Like, uh, Sebastian and I all kind of always rate movies the same, and it's not because I want to agree with him or anything. We just generally have kind of the
Mhm.
same opinions.
We haven't gotten to a movie that we have like different
Yeah,
opinions for,
yeah.
but
If
that
anything,
might
maybe like
that
the
might
Star Wars,
change.
and if anything, like the Star Wars, like which
Oh
one's
yeah,
better than the
I have
others?
I have very strong opinions about Star Wars and which
Yeah,
ones are good and which ones are bad.
yeah, me too, of
Um,
course. But it generally, almost all movies we have kind of the same ratings. So I'm gonna have to agree and say that Superbad is a 9 out of 10. And like you said, yeah, it is probably the best or one of the best comedies from the 2000s. Let me look up something real quick.
and I would say that even though this came out in 2007, I
So
think it still holds up like right now, and I think pretty much anybody that was a teenager, so everybody can
Mhm.
relate to it in some way. Like
I
even watching it now in 2021, I'm like, man, this movie's still good. You
Yeah,
know?
but I looked up something real quick because I had to, and because this movie, now that I'm looking at what I looked up when did Step Brothers come out because I just needed to make sure when it come out because from the 2000s. I have to say like Step Brothers and Superbad are tied
When did Step Brothers come
a year after 2008.
out? Oh,
Even though Step Brothers has a 55 on Rotten Tomatoes, I don't agree with that rating because that movie is also hilarious, in my opinion.
I would say when you get past the quotable stuff, it's just another like generic,
Yeah,
like comedy movie.
yeah, but still, yeah, it's those two are like in top three, top five comedy movies in the 2000s. But yes, there we go. Finished talking about Superbad.
Ooh. Um.
Let's
So
go.
we're supposed to talk about a different movie, but I didn't feel like watching that movie yet.
Yeah, we'll talk
Because
about
this
way more movies later, anyways.
this week is gonna be a fun week, so I wanted to watch a fun movie.
Of course.
Was yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah,
Let us know what you liked or didn't like about Superbad. Let us know what you want us to talk about next.
of course. Always let us know. Follow all our social medias. You have a TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook,
We have a
YouTube.
MySpace.
We
Um,
you can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Music, any other streaming services that you think we
we
have
we
it.
have we have a SoundCloud also.
Yes, because Sebastian is starting his rap career, so go
We have a
support him.
SoundCloud. We have a MySpace. We have a LinkedIn
Of course, anything. But
to
yes,
be a little
go
bit to
follow
be a little
us.
bit more professional.
Go follow us. Go subscribe. We really appreciate it, and let us know anything you would like us to talk about.
If you don't subscribe, you're McLovin.
Okay. Thank you very guys.
Well, no,
Thank you
you're
guys for watching.
if you don't subscribe, you're a Fogel. You're not
Yeah,
cool enough to be McLovin.
yeah, you're Fogo. But wait, no, but Fogo's cool, dude. In this
Okay,
movie.
okay, okay. Then you're Dave Franco's character in this movie. You pee
Yeah.
your pants when you're 8 years old.
Yes, I agree with that. But yes, with that we end it, and thank you guys for watching or listening.
Thank you guys. Remember, stay till the credits. I've been Sebastian. I don't know if we said our names already.
In the beginning. But yes, stay to the credits. I've been JP Quintana. See you guys
All
next
right.
time.
Bye.